Well, welcome back to episode 7 of Training for Leadville, the video series where I'm documenting my training all along the journey to Leadville 100, August 19th. Along the way, I just completed the Leadville Trail Marathon, so stay tuned for footage, a little bit of footage for that. Race video will be out in a couple of weeks, probably. So let's dive right in. Monday, June 12th was just a rest day on the schedule, but I did have my functional movement training, my FMT, that morning, which was an hour long. And that went fine, got adjusted by the chiropractor after that as well, trying to keep the body ready to go for race day coming up in just a couple of days. Yeah, that was about it for the day. Just took it easy and let the body rest. So Tuesday, June 13th, called for cross training. This was a 45-minute bike ride essentially on the plan. I did go out, took the bike, went out and hit the local trail where I generally do my running about 45 minutes, but it was only about 35 minutes or so on the bike, keeping it easy, very easy effort. It was supposed to be about a 4 on the RPE scale. And it was a beautiful day, and the legs were feeling pretty rested and recovered from the COVID the week before and ready to go. I also watched a webinar put on by Boundless Coaching that is involved with Leadville Race Series, and it was specifically on altitude and training and how to prepare for Leadville. And that was very informative, learned a lot in that for sure. So that was really cool to watch it. My wife's going to watch it, or she's watched some of it already in preparation for her race this coming weekend as well. So Wednesday, June 14th, called for a speed work day. This was 30 minutes, and it was essentially just doing some strides. 30-second strides was the plan. I did not do that. We'll get to that in just a minute. But in the morning, I did have a massage scheduled, and this was a deep tissue sports massage that was focused solely on my hips and glutes. And it felt great in a painful way. It felt painful at times for sure because he got in there really well. It felt very good afterwards for sure, but that was nice and relaxing. Again, focusing on getting the body as ready as possible for the race coming up 3 days after this. So after that though, went home and got back to work. And then on my lunch break, I rode my bike over to the pool and met my wife and kids at the pool for a short, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the pool on my lunch break. But it was nice to do that and have that very close by. Again, just keeping relaxed. But then that day I was, like I said, supposed to do the 30-minute speed work. I did not do it. I just went out for a 30-minute easy run. And it was a little over 3 miles, about 25 minutes. So I didn't even go the full 30 minutes, but I got my loop was finished and I didn't feel like going out for more. The race was coming up. I felt, I'm not going to gain anything, so let's just keep it easy. And then later that evening after work, I did go to REI because I needed to get some tailwind packets, some single serve packets for my race coming up. The race, the Leadville Trail Marathon and the whole Leadville series is sponsored by GU, and I really don't care for GU products, to be honest with you. They're Roctane. I'm not a fan of it and what's in it. I'm not a fan of their other stuff because it's not vegan, and I just don't like their gels. So I was carrying my own products with me, so I needed some tailwind for my my hydration. I did have the gnarly fuel I was planning to start with, but I wanted to have some single-serve packets that are easy to do at aid stations. So I did go to REI with my daughter. We went, and all we found were the mandarin flavor, which I happened to like pretty well. So I picked up 4 of those. Should have been plenty for the race. And just getting everything ready and starting to get my plan in place for race day in 3 short days. Hey, real quick, I want to tell you about the sponsor of this video, and that is Vert.run. Whether you are a brand new runner, you've never run at all, Vert has plans that are for couch to 5K, whatever it is you're doing. They've got plans for 100-mile races and stage races for multi-day type things. So no matter what level of your running journey you are on, Vert has a plan for you, and I highly recommend you give them a shot, try it out. I have loved it for over 2 years. So look below in the description. There's a coupon code to save 40% off your first months of training, and also a link to go download the app, whether you're on an iPhone or an Android. Yeah, do it. You'll like it. So Thursday, June 15th, called for 45 minutes of an easy run. Skipped out on that. I did not do it. Earlier in the day, I did do my functional movement therapy, my FMT, again, an hour, just another good session. But then later on that day after work, I did start to get the van figured out and situated for my race. I was originally going to take our Subaru, but I decided to go with the van just for the extra space inside because it is much easier to change in there. So got all the seats out of the van, put we have a nice tri-fold memory foam mattress that I put in the back, makes it very comfortable. Then I wanted to figure out how to get the windows dark and have a little privacy. So I took some towels, taped them up in there, and got it all situated and ready to go. I used to have a nice platform back when I was van camping in Tennessee that I built where I could put things under it. It was really nice, but it was just too big to bring here from Tennessee, and honestly, we would have had nowhere to store it had I brought it, so it's probably good that I did that and left it there. But yeah, I got the van situated, started getting my packing and stuff going that night as well. And then after dinner, we actually went out for a family walk. We walked to a local grocery store, which is only about a half mile away, got some ice creams and ate them on the way back. And it was nice to spend some time with the family and yeah, just enjoy the evening. So Friday, June 16th was a rest day, which was good. I had taken the day off from work in order to prep and get ready to leave to go to Leadville for the race. So that morning I packed up all of my gear, my race stuff, the clothing, the shoes, got all the nutrition finalized, got everything loaded in the van, and then I hit the road about 1 o'clock to head to Leadville. The entire journey there is about 3 hours, a little less than 3 hours. It rained almost the whole way. It was very wet, but it was still incredibly beautiful. It's just, when people think of Colorado beauty, that is what they think of. It was just so gorgeous. When I pulled into Leadville, it was pouring rain, and yeah, it was just, it was wet. So I did go to packet pickup Friday evening because they were encouraging everybody to pick up their packets Friday, not race morning. So I went, it was raining. I actually got there and they were under a rain delay because of the lightning delay. So everybody was huddled inside the 6th Street gym, which was right there at the start. So we were all just waiting in there after the lightning to clear out. And then we were able to go in, get our bibs and get checked in. And it was fine, went very quickly and smooth, and was ready to go. Got my bib. So after packet pickup, I did walk around the town just a little bit because there was a little break in the rain. I did find an awesome 100% plant-based restaurant called the Golden Burro there on Harrison. And so I went there for dinner. I had to wait a little while because there was a little mix up with my food. They didn't put the order in when they thought they did originally. But the food was amazing. It tasted so good. I'm definitely going to go back there when I take my crew to Leadville for the Leadville 100. And I'll probably go there again when I go back for the Silver Rush 50 next month. But afterwards, I drove over to a little dispersed camping area near Leadville to stay. Pulled my van in, just kind of got all my stuff situated and ready to go. So Saturday was race day, Saturday, June 17th. I woke up about 5 a.m., got my stuff situated, had to head over to the staging area where people could park, catch a shuttle to get into the start area. But then it was, the race went off at 7 a.m. It started. Snowed almost the entire time. There was a couple of breaks where it wasn't, but it was cold, much colder than I was thinking. Honestly, I was kind of worried I didn't have enough gear. I might have wanted tights. I'm glad I didn't. Spoiler alert, I'm glad I didn't have tights. But it was a great day. It was beautiful Leadville weather. It was crazy, even though it was snowing. It was epic, and it was just a really amazing race that I highly recommend doing. Just amazing. Very, very, just, yeah, that's it. Stay tuned for the race video. You'll see plenty of footage coming up in the race video. Again, probably a couple of weeks, I don't know. It's a lot of footage to sort through. I've got 3 different cameras. I need to compile it all together and get it put together, but it should be really good. But spoiler alert, I did finish. It was incredibly muddy. I mean, my shoes, my legs were just covered in mud. I finished the race, got a really cool looking medal. It was the wheels on it. It's actually sitting right back there, but the wheels on the bottom, they spin. It's a very heavy metal. Got a really nice mug, like a finisher's mug that says, Leadville Trail Marathon. Had my coffee in that this morning, which was pretty nice. And yeah, I just got this shirt as well. This is the race shirt. And yeah, it was great. So another cool thing about Leadville is, you get a meal ticket. And there was a chicken option or a vegan option. So I had a jackfruit barbecue sandwich, which was really good. If you're not already, I definitely recommend following me on Strava and also on Instagram at UltraTrailSteven on Instagram. I post a lot of different things there. I've got a lot of pictures from Leadville, some race things there. So if you want to follow more and get more up to date, you can definitely follow those there. But the race went off very well. I feel like I executed my race plan almost perfectly. The race went really well. So spoiler alert for you. Stay tuned. You'll definitely want to see it. It's an epic, epic race. Lots of good footage. But overall, I'm very happy with how I did. A little better than I was anticipating, quite a bit better than I was anticipating for sure. But yeah, highly recommend it. I can't wait to go back in less than 3 weeks now for the Silver Rush 50. That's on July 8th. So today is Sunday, June 18th, and today is a scheduled rest day, obviously after the race. My legs are feeling pretty darn good, to be honest with you. Really no issues. My hip did fine. I started to feel it on that last descent for sure, coming into the town of Leadville. But overall today feels really good. Just barely any soreness in the quads. So I'm very happy with how I feel. Earlier today, we did go to, we went to church this morning, but then we spent probably about 3 hours at the pool, which was great in the sun. I'm a little sunburnt, but it was nice, just relaxing. And I did do some easy foam rolling as well. Again, just keeping recovery in mind. I'll probably hop in the sauna blanket today at some point also and get just work on that recovery and get that process going, because I do need to train, because I've only got, like I said, less than 3 weeks now to the Silver Rush 50. I'm gonna put a strong emphasis on strengthening my hips and glutes for sure. So all in this week, counting the Leadville Trail Marathon, I had 29.3 miles, a little over about 5.5 hours, 5,479 feet of elevation gain. And then as far as the workout, I had 2 hours of my functional movement training, which I do some strength training in there as well, a lot of flexibility type stuff. And then also had about 35 minutes of a bike ride that week, and then also a little walk in there. So all in, you know, considering it was a taper week and then the race, I think it was a pretty good week and went well. Very excited and where I am for my continued preparation for the Silver Rush 50. But today is Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. It was a great day so far, and we got plenty of hours left in the day. So the first Leadville race of the summer for me is over. It went well. Stay tuned as I continue to train for the Leadville 100 on August 19th. But before that, like I said, the Silver Rush 50 July 8th. So really good races coming up, more beautiful trails. And it's not the same trails either, because these all run, there might be a little bit of overlap, but it's a lot of different trails too. So that'll be really cool to experience that. Kind of fell in love with Leadville this weekend. I loved it there. Just the beauty was undeniable. It was amazing. So thank you for following along on this journey. I do appreciate you all so much. If you have not seen the last week's episode, go ahead and take a look at that on your screen, catch up to date a little bit, and then I'll put the playlist of the other series videos on this side of your screen as well. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one.